Alright, so welcome back. We're on lesson 13, which talks about statements of order in the real world. So we'll be referring to a lot of things that you normally hear found in the real world in our scenarios. So with our opening exercise, we're going to get started. It says, a radio disc jockey reports that the temperature outside his studio has changed 10 degrees since he came on the air this morning. Write below what listeners can conclude from this report. So if you're hearing a radio personality on the air and they tell you the temperature outside has changed, what can we conclude based off of what he told us?
It either went down or up.
Alright, so in your workspace box, you can write that we can conclude the temperature went
Down or up.
Went down what?
10 degrees.
So we can say the temperature went down 10 degrees or what?
Went up 10 degrees.
So we can say that the temperature, and I'm going to abbreviate, temperature went up 10 degrees. Because both of those represent what? They both equal change, right? They both show change. That something changed. 10 degrees up. Could have went up 10 degrees or it could have went down, but they both say that they changed how many degrees?
10.
10 degrees. Alright, so that's all you have to write in that first workspace box. Make sure that you describe that situation and what happened. So let's jump right into example 1. Example 1 tells us about ordering numbers in the real world. So read for me, Nayeli.
A $25 credit and a $25 charge appear similar, yet they are very different. Describe what is similar about the two transactions.
Alright, so if I have a $25 credit, so I'm going to write $25 credit on this side, and then over here I have a $25 what?
A $25 charge.
Charge. Alright, so a charge, does that represent something positive or something negative?
Negative.
Negative, because we're taking money what?
Away.
Away. So I'm going to put a negative sign here, okay? Now, a $25 credit, that represents something what?
Positive.
Positive. So I'm going to put a plus to represent positive because that means we gained $25. Alright, so it says describe what is similar about the two transactions. So I'm going to do a Venn diagram.
They're both dealing with money.
Have you all ever heard of a Venn diagram?
Yes.
Alright, so I'm going to simply do this to tell how they are alike.
I learned this from 3rd grade.
And then on the outsides, I'll tell how they're what?
Different.
Different. So in the middle, so you can draw this if you want to. And this is going to help us to answer the first part and the second part. Tell them how they're alike or similar, and then tell them how they're different. So on the outsides, I'll tell how the credit is different, and then I'll tell how the charge is different over here. Okay? So how are they both alike?
They're both dealing with money.
Okay, she said they're both dealing with money. What else? Think about the number line. What else can we say that they both are?
They're integers.
They are integers. What else?
What else? What else, Nayeli?
They're both 25, right?
Yeah.
But there's something.
They're both 25 units away from 0.
That's exactly what I was looking for. They are both 25 units away from 0. Which means they are what? What vocabulary word? Starts with an O.
What's it called? Opposite.
Opposites. Okay? So these are both 25 units away from 0, which lets us know that they're both opposites. They are both money, and they are integers. So that's some things that you can list on how are they similar. So how are they different?
One of them is negative and one of them is positive.
One is negative, so the charge would be
Negative.
negative.
And the credit is
The
positive.
credit is positive. What else can we say about them? One means that you
add if you
have money.
and the other one means you don't have
have.
money.
This one means that I have money. And the other one means that I
Don't
Don't
have
have
money.
this doesn't have to be I don't have money. This means that I owe some what?
Money.
Owe some money. Alright? So that's something that you can tell on how the two transactions are different. Alright, let's go down to exercise 1. Exercise 1 says scientists are studying temperatures and weather patterns in the northern hemisphere. They recorded temperatures in degrees Celsius in the table below as reported in emails from various participants. Represent each reported temperature using a rational number. Order the rational numbers from least to greatest. Explain why the rational numbers that you chose appropriately represent the given temperatures. So, here's the first one. Track the paper for me. So, if I want to represent 8 below 0, what type of rational number would that show?
Negative.
Negative what?
Negative 8.
Negative 8. So in that box, the first thing that you're going to put for 8 below 0 would be what degrees? Negative 8 degrees Celsius. This is what you would write there, okay, for 8 below 0. If I have the integer 12, what am I going to write there?
Negative. No,
positive.
positive
It's
12.
positive 12, okay? Just write it again. All right, then I have negative 4.
Negative 4 Celsius.
Negative 4, so this is 12 degrees Celsius. The other one would be what?
Negative 4
Celsius.
Negative 4 degrees,
Celsius.
negative 4 degrees Celsius. Then I have 13 below 0.
Negative 13 Celsius.
Negative 13 degrees Celsius. Then we have 0.
0 degrees Celsius.
0 degrees Celsius. Then we have 2 above 0.
Positive.
Positive 2 degrees
Positive
Celsius.
2.
They
degrees.
tricked me.
Positive 2 degrees Celsius. And then 6 below 0.
Negative 6 degrees Celsius.
Negative 6 degrees Celsius. Then we have negative 5.
Negative 5 degrees Celsius.
Alright, then it told us that we need to order these rational numbers from least to greatest. So right underneath this table, you're going to take these values and you're going to put them in order from least to greatest. Before you do that, I want you to draw a number line. And I want you to place them on the number line, because if we want to find least to greatest, we know we can pull them straight down from left to right.
It's easier to do that.
Alright, it's easier to put them on the number line first and then pull them down from the left side to the right side, and they will already be in order from least to what?
Greatest.
Least to greatest. So I'm going to allow you to do that part on your own and make sure that you put them in order, because that is what I'm looking for in the answer. So when you turn the page, on number 2 through through example 2. So on numbers 2 through 4, make sure that you do the exact same thing. You're going to read the scenario. It's a real world example. You're going to tell what those rational numbers would be when you look at it. So you have to know that a credit means positive. You have to know that a charge means negative. A withdrawal, negative. And a deposit would be positive. So you have to know those key things so that you know the right rational numbers to write, okay? And pay attention to whether they're telling you to put it in order from least to greatest or greatest to least, because that will make a difference. Draw your number lines. That will help you to make sure that you have your numbers in order the correct way. Go to the example 2 for me. Example 2. So example 2 talks about using absolute value. We already know absolute value is always positive, and absolute value is a number's distance away from 0 on the number line. So here they're talking about the captain of a fishing vessel, it's like a ship, is standing on the deck at 23 feet above sea level. Okay, he holds a rope tied to his fishing net that is below him underwater at a depth of 38 feet. So here in this box, you have to draw a picture that represents that situation. So again, I'm going to read. The the captain of a fishing vessel, that's a ship. That probably means I need to see a ship drawn there, is on a deck at 23 feet above sea level.
So
He holds a rope tied to his fishing net that is below him underwater at a depth of 38 feet. So when you draw this image, make sure that you show me this scenario drawn out so that we can see the captain on a fishing vessel. We see him standing 23 feet above sea level. We see a rope tied to his fishing net that is below him 38 feet in that box, okay? Then example 3, track example 3 for me. Example 3 says making sense of absolute value and statements of inequality. So here it says a recent television commercial asks viewers, do you have $10,000 in credit card debt? Okay, what types of numbers are associated with debt and why? What types of numbers are associated with debt? Is it negative or positive? If you're in debt,
Oh, negative.
negative. If you're in debt, that means that you don't have the money. You owe somebody the money, so that means you don't. So it'll be negative, and then you have to tell them why. Okay. So write numbers that represents the value from the television commercial. So then you'll turn the page. There's another example there, another statement, and then you'll make it to your problem set. The problem set looks exactly like the real world example that we did with the table, which you'll display that information using rational numbers and integers just like we did in the other examples. So make sure that you do that. Work really hard so that you can score really well on your exit ticket and your check for understanding for lesson 13. Thank you for your time.